Beautiful shot there.
Oh, wow. Stop it, please.
Well, bienvenida and welcome to all pool fans joining us from across the world for this Predator Pro Billiard Series 10-ball event hosted in this beautiful star-studded arena at the Gandia Palace Hotel on the Mediterranean coast in Spain. And you join us on day 6 for the last 16 of this Little Monster Men's International Open. And we have a little monster matchup here between the Estonian Dennis Grabe, and he takes on Alex Kazakis of Greece. My name is Gethin Davis. It's my absolute pleasure to be joined in the comms box for this match. My good friend and colleague, Tim de Ruyter. Tim, we're in the last 16.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't think, well, I mean, there's always over-exaggerating, but I don't think it gets a lot better than this. These two players in this format, they can put on probably the biggest grind you can imagine. And especially with the hand rack, I mean, this can be so tight. We're gonna see a lot of great kicking, a lot of good defense, good cue ball work. Listen, put on your seatbelts because we're in for a ride.
I am holding on tight. Alex Kazakis won the lag. He will get to break in this winner breaks format. Gets us off to our opening set. Makes one off the break. Has shape on this one, but the 9-ball is hampering his cueing. However, positive signs from the get-go. Alex making balls on the break. And I think your prediction, Tim, is already starting to edge that way.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely do like to go aggressive, but the 2 doesn't pass the 7-ball either. But what else to play? I mean, you could play maybe a safety behind the 7, but Kazakis going aggressive. It's the first rack. He's made a ball on the break. I can understand why he's going at it.
Yeah, early doors. I do like the offense. However, it does bring Dennis to the table, and not with much trouble for his opening ball. It is hampered, his next ball, the 2, by the 7 into the corner pocket, so Dennis has elected to come across a bit of a tighter angle than he may have wanted.
Well, I have to say, even though his style might be a little bit interesting at times, he can literally pot from everywhere. He's got that special ability to make something work even though it looks like it's not there, you know? And this might be one of them. Running the cue ball may be very tight in between. I was gonna say between the 10 and the 6, but he held it for whatever he can take on the 4. And you can see, usually he used to play a little bit faster, but now, especially in the beginning of the match, I think he's gonna be a little bit more deliberate, making sure he gets the job done, to at some point catch a gear. Well, definitely has to go for the bottom right. Cue ball 1 real to hold for the 6. Pocket speed definitely works. And now this is definitely the difference between snooker and pool. The fact that he chose the shot on the speed, and that's why his chances to make the ball increases, to where in snooker you have to hit the ball full in, and you cannot do so much with the cue ball. So completely different from pool. And I think even with the tighter pockets or the tighter side pockets like we have here, I think it's a great style to see. Dennis letting his stroke out a bit here. Get in.
He is, Tim, and taking advantage of this opportunity has played some very nice shots. Just notice he came through an absolute thriller in his last 32 match previous to this. He took on Mateusz Skoneczny, and that went to a shootout. So let's see how his stamina's holding out for this one, because that was a test of nerves, I'm sure. And yeah, Dennis Grabe takes the opening rack in this first set. Leads 1-0. Its winner breaks. First to 4, races to 4. Best of 3 sets. Take a look over at the other table just to give you a quick update on our other stream table. Is the Kuwaiti Badr Al Awadi, and he's taking on home hopeful Jonas Suto from Ibiza, Spain. And we heard the crowd earlier in our previous match. We might hear some claps and cheers in the background as the matches progress.
Well, quick fact before we get on. This match we have right here. What is Jonas Suto's nickname?
Well, I don't know, but I know he likes to surf, so something along them lines I would suggest.
Well, he is from the island of Ibiza, so he is the island boy. It was the I usually don't do the fun facts, but it was made for the occasion. Let's go back to this dry break from Dennis. Not the squarest of hits, but he's got at least a little of a backup. No open shot on the 1, and a push out will be coming up very shortly. Do you like to tie balls up? Do you like to maybe leave a shot on the 1 to where shape on the 2 will be disastrous?
Well, actually, I'm not too sure. All the balls have fallen on the right-hand side of the table here, so there's lots and lots of traffic. I just do feel that whatever Alex gives away here, Grabe's gonna put him in a difficult spot. So always tough to push from them positions.
Well, the cue ball also very close to the rail. I mean, I like playing the 1 into the 3. The only problem is if the cue ball doesn't get frozen to the 4 or the 9, the jump shot will be available. So it's like, you know what's coming, but if you play it perfect, your opponent will be in a difficult position. And that's the play in this situation. Could also play maybe the right side of the 1. Oh, I like this. Actually, I seen at the last second he struck the ball, I seen 3 different shots. And as long as the rail first is covered a bit by the 10, it's a way better position than this was supposed to be from.
Oh, he nips an edge. Legal shot. couldn't do much more than that, I feel. Yeah, good execution, as you pointed out, from Dennis. That's given him his opportunity. Cue ball's running.
Well, yeah, on the rail. Definitely needs the angle though to get to the center of the table, but I mean it's always weird, a little bit odd to cue from the rail. Just doesn't feel right. So maybe to stay off the rail gives them a little bit more feeling too.
There's nothing out there really blocking other balls. So you feel a good 5 to 6 here. And Dennis is in the driving seat in the second rack. Yeah, maybe 4 similar shots in a row here. Ball long rail out, ball long rail out.
Based on the angle he's given himself on the 7, you would say the 8 goes by the 9, so a little bit of one pocket there. Glad we're not playing a bit of less pocket 10 ball, because the 10 in the same corner would be quite tough. But overall, definitely a very reasonable opportunity for Grabe to double the lead. You know, he's when it's a kind of a funny story with Grabe, that when we went to the Euro Tours back in the day, like, well, back in the day, it sounds like I'm old, 10 years ago, full group of us, youngsters, straight shooters, we went to the Euro Tour. Then there was this Dennis Grabe, he almost won 3 Euro Tours in a row. He won like 2 in a row-ish. And he was like so difficult to beat, and he was fast, and he ran out from everywhere, shooting power, crazy. Like he executed the ball so well, and good touch on the ball. And now he's developed such a big of a grind on the ball too. Like even when the balls are not in the open, he can make things happen. And it's, from my own perspective, I think it's really difficult to play against.
Well, you mentioned grind. Alex Kazakis came through, or had a grind yesterday in the mixed couples Little Monster Open. So was hoping not to have as much of a grind today, but it looks like it's going to be from the get-go. Dennis putting him 2 racks down and gets this 3rd rack off.
Oh, a lot happening around the 1 ball. Definitely will be able to, well, I was gonna say almost a stop shot behind the 6 for a safety. You could instantly see Kazakis, he was grabbing his cue, but not because he liked it, because he knew what's coming. I gotta say, Gath, there is a lot more to the table than you would know when you just look at this match. They have traveled together a lot, they have shared rooms, they've stayed together with a group of players in the US like 3-4 weeks, going from tournament to tournament. So Definitely some mutual respect. Definitely some, I mean, maybe some friendship, which can hurt the match or do the match really well. So just curious to see what kind of vibe this match will get. I mean, we've only seen 2 racks. I think this might be the ultimate grind.
Ooh. Well, Alex just rechecking where he hit it on the rail there. Completely missed the one and scratched into the centre pocket. So the containing safety play from Dennis reaping him rewards here. As you can see here, the 3 doesn't pass the 6, but that's not going to prove him a problem. He can float the cue ball up the right-hand side of the table. And there's not really anything for him to be too concerned about in the layout ahead.
Yeah, a little bit of a 50-yard line on the 3 ball. Definitely has a lot of space near the bottom, near the 10, to still cut the 4 ball in, but if you consider 2 balls ago he did have ball in hand, so it's not like he's having the cue ball on the string, and this is exactly what I mean. Does the 4 maybe go by the 5? No. Yeah, you kind of have to go, but it's already starting to be a bit tough, Geth.
Yeah, he's just put himself in a tricky one here. He'll be chasing it a little bit. The cue ball round 2 rails. And he should be able to get it back under control here. As I mentioned earlier, there's no clusters or anything for him. He doesn't need to move any other balls. Just pick the right spot for the cue ball. And this will be a quick get on the hill for Dennis in the first set.
I have to say though, I still have to get used to the very bright pink in the corner at times. Almost looks like a soccer referee. But then again, it's Alex Kazakis luring for the opportunity to crawl back into the set.
I think the colours are to match the cues.
Well, that is actually a fact. Maybe they will go for neon pink next up. Who knows? Stay tuned. PredatorCues.com.
Dennis Grabe quickly gets to the hill in this first set, and in the winner break format is looking very nice at the moment. You mentioned the bright pink. We have the mixed couples final coming up tonight, local time at 8 p.m, and a certain Marco Teutje from the Netherlands is in that. I believe he has a very bright pink glove as well, so maybe that's the new in colour for this year. Maybe we're missing out on something, Tim.
Well, I've been trying to hit some balls yesterday, but maybe I need a pink glove. Or it doesn't matter, wear something pink, maybe I won't miss a ball. That might be it. The arena is looking pink on the other side, maybe I need that. Well, all jokes aside, I mean, it actually sometimes can boost a player too. I've seen the confidence around players, you know, wearing the right thing, something that fits them. It's like clothing. It does take its toll, or the other way.
Ooh, the red 3 snuck in However, that cue ball has hid behind the 9, right by the pocket where the 3 dropped. And I think even the 5 is hampering any path towards the 1, so push out called.
That's also a thing I really like about Dennis's style. Like, he reads the table, he plays the push, he really knows what he's doing, but he makes it look like he just taps the ball. So very easy. It's like a poker face, you know, the way how he plays it. It looks like it's a hanger. So when you get to the table, it feels like you have to take it. And maybe here, I think the 1 ball is on. He might have earned himself a shot to close out the set.
Yeah, if he can force up on this and see where he pushes the cue ball through to. Opens up the 9-10 problem as well. But I'm not too sure. That 2 has an open pocket at the end of the table. Good opportunity to play a safety here, maybe keep the cue ball down behind the 10 and play the blue 2 into something perhaps. Keep it at the top of the table.
Well, yeah, I like... Okay, well, he was running out of time a bit there. Was looking to see the cue ball at least frozen to the 10. You don't see that very often, where they have the opportunity to freeze the ball and then to say, just take the distance is okay. Might be something behind it, who knows? Now, I did get myself an early Christmas present from Predator Cues. Definitely something that they were not supposed to give me. But now I'm seeing that Kazakis, he has the same pretty orange cue working with, so I'm a little bit jealous. Does that 2 ball dress up? I think that 2 ball does.
Oh, yeah, I don't think he's got the potting angle for the centre. The 8 would hamper that, but he's called the bank shot. It's the bottom right corner pocket. Called that for insurance. Locked the cue ball up behind the 8 very, very nicely. Two rail escape, perhaps from Alex here. He's called the green 6. Just slid past the 3. That would be a foul and ball in hand, and as my colleague Tim Delauter alluded to, the players are under a 30-second shot clock. They do have 1 extension per rack. But it does mean they can't dwell on the shot too much. It does add an extra dynamic of pressure.
Well, a little bit of back and forth indeed, but is there anything tricky? I mean, the 5 lays nice to get somewhat of an angle to get on the 6. Seven goes by the 9. Maybe some traveling from the 9 to the 10, Geth? Would you reckon? Something tricky under the gun? Or
well,
some
if he
pressure
can play
on it?
If he can get from the 7 to a stun shot on the 8, I feel that would be enough to bring it back up to the opposite long rail. And the 7 clearly passes the 9, and well, he has options for the 8. And, well, I'm not too sure that's the angle he exactly wanted.
Well, it's a bit odd, actually. Doesn't come anywhere close to where the angle that he was probably looking for. He's definitely going for the corner, but that means staying away from the 9. A bit of inside or outside spin on that too, just to stay closer to the ball. I was expecting him to take the shot as it is. I like to go 3-4 rails. Don't you like this? Top right spin?
I tend to scratch in that top right corner, so I'm going to be quiet, Tim.
Well, I don't like this either. I'd rather scratch in the top right corner.
Well, this would be to take the opening set with a whitewash.
He's due to make a difficult shot though. He hasn't been playing too many of those. Yeah, it's there. Look at the cue ball. It's safe. So Grabe winning the first set 4-0. Outstanding display. And Kazakis straight away running to the restroom saying, hey, I need to change things. I have to change the momentum. Let me get out of here. And I guess we will have to maybe change our drinks. We have to get some food and some drinks. So we're going to leave you with a little view for Oli Alabaidli against Honasuto in the first set. Jonas to close it out. So we're going to take a little break. And we'll be right back.
Welcome. Want to welcome back to this last 16 matchup in this Little Monster Men's International Open between the Estonian Dennis Grabe and the Greek Alex Kazakis. Dennis taking the first set 4-0 and will be breaking for this second set. My name's Gethin Davis and welcome back in the box, Tim de Ruyter.
Man, I love it to hear my name. That's great. You pronounce it actually really well for not being Dutch. I enjoy that. And this scratch on the break, I've been trying to hammer the break yesterday night. I'm like, man, I gotta hit the break like they do. And I had the similar result, like Grabe just had. Bit of a curve, straight in the side, disappointing look, and an open layout for Kazakis to start. That's exactly how I felt.
Got quite a good spread on the balls, but that blue 2 doesn't have much to offer. There is a 2-6 combination. Pods it clean as a whistle, the combination, leaving the blue 2 over the corner pocket, and the 3 does pass the 10, so this opportunity really opening up nicely for Alex. Alex coming straight on the 8, a little angle, just to push it. Oh, will take on the combination. Felt he may take the 7 clean there, but feels that position off the 8 to 10 is more his cup of tea. 7 is just tucked against the rail there. Punches it out very nicely and sets himself up to get his first rack in this last 16 match under his belt. It's come in the second set, but it's the opening rack of this set. So the start Alex was looking for in this winner breaks format, he'll get to break in our second set. Well, that's what he would have wanted, Tim.
Well, at least the opportunity to get things going. I mean, Dennis really kept him tight, and it's like a little bit of a stranglehold, you know, like Kazakis really did not get much to move all over. And then when, you know, sometimes you get the feeling when you finally get some space to move, now you're all over the place. And that could have happened to Kazakis. He is breaking though in the second rack, so maybe could go further. It all depends. Will he make a ball on the break? Will he get some shape? And will he able to take advantage?
Alex Kazakis tips his head forward, clearly not impressed with the result from the break. It's gone dry. The one ball's rested right up against the short rail at the top of the table. It's certainly cuttable. And Dennis is just looking to see where the cue ball will trace afterwards. Doesn't want to run the cue ball into trouble after this one ball. Came in with pace and rode his luck a little. But seemed to just push a few balls out into nice spots as well. So quite a useful shot from Dennis there. And does land nicely on the two. Have to put a stroke in this if it's straight.
Well, I think that's one of the reasons why he's so difficult to play against, is that he's not just playing very solid defense, for example. He also weighs his options to where, do I take the risk? Yes or no? Like, he really weighs off. By the time that, like, we actually get to this point, he already took 3-4 decisions, so it's more automatic, but it goes real fast and he weighs him off. Really difficult for his opponent.
Well, he does look a very serious customer, but we did get to see him in the Little Monster Mixed Couples International Open. He teamed up with the German Pia Filler and they had a lot of laughs. They really seemed to enjoy it. It's been such a great event. It's nice sometimes just to see the players letting their hair down somewhat at the table. Finished a bit straighter than he'd like. You think he could push this through? Maybe 2 rails. Yes, good pot on the 7. And that leaves him very nicely with the 8. Not much to do to leave a good angle on this 9 ball. And Dennis looking to snatch the second rack and not let Alex extend his lead in this second set.
Yeah, Dennis, a former Pro Billiard Series champion, definitely looking to add one more. Kinda feels like it doesn't matter what event he plays in. He plays anything on the planet right now. That's also the current form he is in. You know, he's been traveling a lot. He's been putting a lot of time in. And he feels like he could take on the world. It doesn't matter who it is. So I think that's a really good feeling to have, you know, that feeling like it can only get better.
Yep. Both world-class players. Dennis even has a home tournament over in Tallinn, Estonia, once a year. They do like to have fun at that event. They even have a team event which is a lot of fun. Again, a bit like the mixed doubles here. A lot of banter between the players during the game. It's really good to get an insight into the players, as that is one hell of a break there. Tim making the one ball, but how is he on the two? Well, he's pushing out that four ball, scuppering any plans. And where would you push to, Tim? Push to a jump? Because you feel anything else may give Alex a good opportunity to attack.
Well, you could push to a jump cut, but then again, make it. You're on the three ball. The three ball is near, so there's a lot of thinking to this. Maybe the 8 together with the 6 and leave a long two ball. That might work. The 7 together with the 9 could work. And cover behind the 3 ball for a jump. You see, this is where I think he's playing a smart game in general, but he's literally pushed himself to perfect safety. And he's going 2 rails, trying to kick himself behind the 3 ball.
Yeah, Alex with no hesitation giving it back to Dennis. Dennis has something in mind. And I think that's going to finish very nice after its bounce on the long rail. Great stuff from Dennis Grabe here. Picking up the American tones from our referee. Corner pocket. Great to hear. US pool at its best.
What do you mean? It's not supposed to be like that? I don't know any different.
Well, you know me, Tim. I love watching pool, and a lot of American pool is cool pocket, and the American players have a lovely twang when they call out their shots. Now, this blue 2 is not sitting for a combination on the 7. And I think Dennis was just eyeing up a very delicate safety, trying to get the cue ball behind the 8 or along the 8. Well, he's locked them together, but I'm pretty sure there's an edge past that 7.
You know, I kind of feel like with the momentum how the match has been going is that this rack feels like it could be a turning point. It's either Kazakis gets the opportunity, takes it and runs away with the set and we're going deciding, or Dennis is now making this 2 ball, gets on the 3 ball, and then, you know, like I feel both players are breaking the balls well too. So it's easy to run away with the set raised to 4 for this caliber players, but Dennis has missed it too. Is there a carom on the 10?
I like your way of thinking, Tim. You're
Well,
talking
it looks
cushion
to be.
first and coming into the 2. Or direct.
Well, I was talking direct, but he did not fancy it, and he's left the 2-ball wide in the open. He sent it to the open. Was he trying to leave the cue ball behind the 9? I'm not sure what Alex has played there, but it's definitely on for Grabe.
Grabe may have an angle just to do something with the... No, didn't want to move the 3. Calling the combination. Bit of a stretch. But yeah, the 3 didn't have possibly either corner pocket down there. I thought he may have wanted to move it, but elected not to. Taking on this combination, bit tricky. Not a problem for the Estonian. And yeah, I like what you were talking about, Tim. It is a very pivotal rack in this second set. And you talk about momentum and how they're breaking. Oh, the cue ball is running. And yet, you've made some good calls today already in previous matches. We had an absolute thriller in our Predator WPA Junior World Championships event earlier. And you were picking up on the scent very well. And that's nicely done. A bit of a trickier 4 for him. And this could be tap, 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 tap. Yeah, Alex in the background. Not looking too pleased. Understandable. Had his chance. But this 10 ball to take the lead in this second set. Dennis Grabe from Estonia takes the lead now in this second set, 2 racks to 1 in this race to 4. He leads by 1 set to 0. Needs this one. This set to win it. Alex looking to get back in, and if Dennis puts in a good break, Alex is going to need to rely on a mistake. We've not seen so many come from Dennis. So up against it somewhat. You feel though, if Alex can pull this back and take the set, it could be anyone's.
Not from the side rail, a little bit inside. Makes the 1. Does that 2-ball cut to the side? Maybe run the cue ball into the 4. Does it cut? We are going to find out very shortly.
Looks very fine, Tim. And cue ball may be coming back into trouble where the 10 is positioned. So, may not be worth taking this on. The look on Dennis's face means he's just weighing up at least two options here.
Well, it just it gives a really high reward. He could be on the double hill. This match could be close to being over. Cut the ball in, land on the 4. Not too much, you don't want to bump the 4 towards the 7-9.
Well, misses the 2 on the front knuckle, but got second prize. Full ball cover with the 6, and maybe the centre pocket hampering contact on the 2 from this right hand side. Alex is looking at it. If he can slide past the 6 and avoid the knuckle, it's on. I think I heard Alex call the 2 ball in the corner pocket. But I would...
Oh.
No, I think he was playing the 2 off the 3 to go track down towards, and if it hadn't have potted, kept the 5 as cover. Quite a clever shot, but didn't pull off.
Roll up on the 5. Kind of a free safety.
Yeah, Dennis has put Alex in this position quite a few times in this match. Has been paying dividends for him, the scoreline reflecting that. It's a tough one. Well, that was a great shot, Tim. Played it through the gap, round the rails. Good contact. The cue ball has finished close to the 2. Well, next to play safe, Tim. The 9 ball is hampering the cueing, but the blue 2 is still up by that top right pocket. Maybe the side he can see of the cue ball will encourage him to get position with running side all the way down to the 4. This is a big shot to play.
Oh, and I mean, Kazakis has done really well lately in big events. Imagine the World 10-ball Championship, also the World 8-ball Championship. So definitely would say he's in big form. A little bit out of sorts. Missed the 2-ball by a bit, don't you think?
Yeah. A little out of sorts indeed. Dennis not really giving him much at all either to get his teeth into. So if there is a out of sorts mojo in the house, it will only encourage that. You feel one good shot from Alex or one good escape could just turn this a little. I don't think that's it though, I'm afraid, Tim.
Yeah, this is interesting shot though. Some might play to the left side, some might play to the right side. This is pure preference, don't you think?
Yeah, it is tricky with that 10. Oh, how much has he got into that? The demeanour says it all. That 7 ball is spoiling this party for the Estonian, and I'm not too sure, is that 9 just hampering coming off this bottom short rail into it? Well, without hesitation, has played to lock the 6-5 up, and has locked them up without a combination either, so quite creative play from Dennis there. It does give Alex ball in hand.
Yeah, this is quite a trap. Definitely Alex is gonna try and trap the cue ball behind the 10, but I don't really see a 3 fall. Alex is not playing for a 3 fall, it's more looking at a better opportunity to make things happen.
If Dennis can't get a 1 railer down the left, where that 4 is next to the 8 makes it tricky. Looks like he can just nip it in front of this centre pocket on this Predator arc table. Ooh, and makes good contact, but where is it going to run to? Well, none of this is helping the 5-6 situation, but there could be a shot here, Tim, if he does go aggressive with the long. Oh no, he's not. I was going to say he may come into them, but that would be very offensive.
Yeah, in some way I like this kind of safety, but I don't think I would ever play this kind of shot. It just feels like it's too easy for my opponent to hit it. But I mean, let's see. Maybe they get a different position out of this. Then I'm gonna turn it straight around 180 degrees and say I love what he did tactically, but it's so weird to. It's like not taking this 4 ball on, playing it thin under the 9, and just waiting, or slightly thicker. Oh, he took his chances on the 10, Gath.
Yeah, I actually don't blame him with the 5 and 6 where they are. 4 has trickled over centre table, but quite close to the 7, so that blocks the path into this corner pocket, as you can see from this great camera angle. Dennis has called the other corner, bottom left as we look at it. Cue ball is going to be travelling. Does Dennis see a path to opening up this 5-6? No. Well, he clearly called the corner pocket to confuse us a little, or me. Played a good safety. The 4 has leaked to the left.
Well, just to give you a better feeling, he got me there too. Oh. Oh. Oh, Alex is laughing about it. It's like, can you believe it? On the other side, he's trying to lag the cue ball. The length of the table. It's easy to put a little bit of spin on the cue ball too. Or is that the poker face? Is he trying to say, oh, I'm so unlucky. Hey, I want you to try to do something with the 5-6. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye. That's the play, maybe.
That could be the right theatrics, playing a bit of poker, playing a bit of disappointment. But now it will become Grabe's problem. Where the 8 and 10 are, yeah, I was going to say, he could look to certainly come behind the 10. Maybe even roll up behind the 8, but there's a good chance the 5 will stay where it is, so he could just get the focus on cue ball position.
Yeah, chose to go behind the 10 ball instead of the 8. Smaller window. Played it really well, and the 8 could play in between. I'm not saying it's right in between, but depending on the speed and the spin, could start to be slightly in between. Good hit. But the 5 ball wide in the open. A chance for Grabe to get on the hill first. And I mean, it's not like he's dominating, but in some way he's having such a big impact, such a big control on this. And he's not missing many balls either. Ooh. Oh, he's tied up the 7. Both ways. I don't think the 7 goes bottom left or bottom right.
Yeah, I think he was trying to stay well away from that 7 ball and come over a little bit further for the across the centre of the table for the 6 ball, and just creating problems for himself. Not recommended.
Maybe a bank. Looks like he looks like he's banking something. He's looking for the line.
Ooh, could get good cue ball at the top of the table. This is a big shot. He leads 2-1 in the second set.
Oh. Yeah, needed a bit more. Widening the angle to bring over the cue ball, and yet a difficult cut for Kazakis. Looks like he's going aggressive.
I didn't hear the call, I'm afraid, Tim. I don't know if he's playing the bank, the cut, or playing safe.
Well, I was gonna say I didn't hear the call either, so I was assuming that he was going for the cut. But look at this. Drop the 7 in. You don't even have to threaten the 10. Cross over, just top spin. Take any cut on the 8. And a chance for Grabe to be on the hill.
After the wait, Grabe played that 4 ball down the rail. It certainly it feels like he's just thrown the gloves off here a little bit. And it seems to be working. Coming across to the left side, and great pace. This is looking positive for the Estonian to get to the hill in the second set. He leads by 1-0. Only needs this second set. And he does do that, Tim. Dennis Grabe taking the second set, or rather taking the second set to the hill on his side, and putting Alex Kazakis in a must-win situation now. Just to let you know, following on after this match will be the quarterfinals of this men's Little Monster International Open, and then following that we have the mixed couples final at 8 p.m. local time, which would be around 4 hours from now, between Zhang and Zornoki, and they're taking on Wang and Deutsche, both having absolutely fantastic performances last night. So please do not tune anywhere else. In the background you can see the other match taking place between the Kuwaiti batter Al Awadi, and he plays the home hopeful Jonas Suto. And a quick update on the score there. Al Awadi took the first set, but Suto has responded, leading 3-0 in the second. So top matches on both tables.
Oh.
Well,
I was gonna say, a lot of balls going directly to the bucket. Literally all of them pushing each other out. He's going for the cut. Definitely make one good shot on the one ball. And a 310 is available. Has to stay close to Dennis. I mean, does have the advantage. 3-1 up. One rack away from the victory, but
well, that was part one. He may elect just to close out the pattern, but I do like the 3-10 combination, Tim. Good call. He put his hand up there as if he was giving it the Spanish ole, and in quick fashion, on your suggestion or spotting, Tim, he gets a quick one on the board, brings it back to 3-2. His opponent's still on the hill in the second set. It is do or die, but Alex taking this one, and it will be winner breaks, Tim.
well, a good friend of mine just told me that the appropriate word to use at this point for Alex would be ole. So we're at 3-2.
Brilliant.
You can see on Kazakis his demeanor that he's digging so deep. That's what I appreciate so much about him. He could be at his all-time low, not being able to make a single ball, and just putting his heart out on the table. And that's, in my opinion, the most beautiful thing to have, the most beautiful skill from the inside, you know, knowing that you just did everything in your power. And he did a little bit more. He's made the 6 and he's got shape on the 1. We could be going hill. Buckle up.
Yeah, the 2 ball got the brakes on just in time to leave the 1 open. The 6 kicked in. Well, when Alex got out of his seat to break this one off, this will have been what he was hoping for. Really good spread on the balls and a really good look at this one. He was just showing a bit of concern for the 3 ball. Playing left-handed. Ooh. No, we'll get the rest out I'm just wondering if he wants to play the 3 into the centre pocket for shape on the 4. Took a lot of time over that shot. Wanted to make sure he was really as comfortable as possible using the extension.
Oh, the cue ball running further than he would have liked. You can see it's not that he's in a horrible position, but it's that little bit of gut.
Yeah, recovers nicely. Very nicely indeed. You were talking about digging deep, Tim. Alex putting on a demonstration of how to do it. He was just looking at taking the long 9 down to the bottom right corner and floating the cue ball down for the 10. And Alex taking full opportunity of a successful break. Can't ask for more. Tim Delauto, we have as a second set Alex Kazakis break and running at a crucial point in the second set, brings the scoreline to 3 apiece. Hill will get the break. Just take a quick look at our table 1 streaming at the moment. The home hopeful, Jonas Suto. Well, he was 3-0 up in the second set against Al-Wahadi. Al-Wahadi's picked one back, and he also leads by 1 set to 0. Plenty of action in the last 16 going on, all matches being played right now. If you want to check the scores for the other matches, please do visit ProBilliardSeries.com. And while you're watching this, if you get a chance, please do like, share and subscribe on the Pro Billiard TV YouTube channel. Hill, hill. Alex to break. Makes the 2 and has a good look at the 1. Is the break peaking at the right time for Kazakis? It's not the easiest of ones, Tim, but, well, if he wants to go aggressive, it could be the one he wants. Missed it by a long way. The 1 ball came round a few rails and has dropped in the top right pocket. That gives the cue ball back to Dennis. If Dennis doesn't like it, he can give it back, but I guarantee you he won't. He will be queuing over the 8. Sorry, Tim, he will be queuing over the 8 for the 3, but not too bad a shot on for him.
I feel like you have to play, but it's a bit of a funny one. Like, even if you would have been more angle on the 4, I feel like you should be at least trying to make the 3 ball. But the following shot, this is really key shot.
I agree, Tim. Alex had what I would consider one of his better breaks. Was a tricky one. Missed it by a way. And that hands this good position to Dennis. Will he convert it? Well, there's a nice spread. And a good 7 to 8. Big deep breaths from Dennis Grabe. Recognises the importance of this rack. Place in the quarterfinals, Tim. Big prize pot for this event as well. I'm sure that won't be on his mind right now, though. Dennis taking his time, keeping his composure.
Well, 50-yard line, a bit more cut, but this is it. This is huge. Alex maybe not performing the way he would like to. But Grabe, very steady, great defense, has given himself the opportunity to win this match. And he gets it down. You can see that it's a bit of a thrilling thing between them. Obviously both of them would want to win, but only one can advance. And this time it's Dennis Grabe beating Alex Kazakis in 2 straight sets. And honestly, I think he deserved it. Played a bit better. But I'm very sure Kazakis will be back in the next one. Thank you, Gethin, for being by my side. Myself, Tim de Ruiter, signing off for now. But we will be back very shortly, I believe, at 5 p.m. So hopefully we will see you back. Thank you, and we'll see you soon.